Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Lyndon!
Hey guys, my name's Lyndon, and what I'd like you to do right now is put your hand up if you've thought about your future today. Alright, there is no future. Now lock those doors, we've got them in here. No, what I mean by that is you need to commit to today to create the future that you're looking for tomorrow. Now think about that. Really have a think. If you're not committed to what you're doing today, how are you going to create the future of your dreams? Now I've done some research, done lots of research on this, and what I can conclude from all of this research is collectively as human beings, we have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. We all think we do. We all like to talk about it. We all set dreams and goals, but we don't actually know. So my message is you've got to commit to today to ensure that you create your future tomorrow. Now set goals, have dreams, have visions, live your life, but it's all about today. That's what I'm talking about. So basically I'll tell you my story. I was in school. I was a jock. I was okay at school, great at sports, and I could always do this, I could always talk to people. So Mum and Dad had an idea for me. You're going to be a lawyer, you're going to do great things in law school, you're going to impact the world. So from age 12 to 17, that's what I was going to be. I was going to be a lawyer. Now I didn't have great grades, but I was committed to being a lawyer, so I found a loophole and a back way in. That loophole was go to Darwin. No one gets rejected from Darwin schools. So I did that. And then this amazing thing happened in my life. I hated being a lawyer. I despised it. I didn't like working in the law firm and I didn't like to study. But I'd already committed to that future without creating it today. But what that meant for me was I had $30,000 in credit card debt, a $40,000 car, and then I went on a $20,000 holiday I couldn't pay for. So then I quit. I had no job, no career, no money. Then I got married. And in that first month of marriage, I got to tell my beautiful, lovely wife, we've got to go bankrupt. Then a month later, my beautiful, lovely wife got to tell me, we're pregnant. Oh, that's great. That's expensive. So, unfortunately for us, our first pregnancy didn't go to plan. Basically, our first ultrasound showed that our daughter had a chromosome abnormality. It was called Turner's syndrome. Now what that is basically she has a few more chromosomes than most women. But 2%, only 2% of everyone that has Turner's syndrome make it out of the womb. We got told that on the 10th week. Normally they're gone by the 20th. We made it. But with that meant we had to move home from Townsville back to New South Wales. I was an apprentice, so we had to live with Mum and Dad, with a married wife and a kid. Live with Mum and Dad is fun. But then I committed to my job. I committed to becoming the best landscaper, best dad, best husband I could be. And then I got sick of living with Mum and Dad because they drove me nuts. So we moved back to Townsville. Now when we got there, we lived with friends, but then we decided obviously we've got to get our place of our own. So we were driving to this new place. I was in the work ute and the wife was in the car, and I still remember this vividly. I'm driving and then all of a sudden I see a big Land Cruiser with a P-plater and he's swerving over to my side. And I'm driving first and he misses me. But think about that moment. He's missed me. I can't see my wife. And then he T-bones the side of my car where Angela is sitting. Destroys it. I get out, I race to the car, try and rip open the door. It won't move. But then I hear her cry. Now a lot of paramedics say if you hear them cry, they're generally okay. So I was calm. We got out of the situation, no one was hurt. But I had no car. I had no money. I was still an apprentice. What do I do now? My wife and I sat down and we said, well, we commit to making our future better again. We've been here before, we just commit to the future. So we did. Had another daughter, Charlotte, she's fantastic. And then we went for our third, William. Now to begin with, everything looked sour again. Test results didn't look great. But in the end, that worked out. But at that moment, I couldn't pay for medical again. I couldn't move home again. I couldn't afford these things. So I remember driving to my daughter Angela's childcare centre. I remember walking in the door. I open the door, and you know what it's like when kids see you and you're the parent. Daddy, Daddy! You gotta remember, she's this big. Daddy! So I kneel down to her, and I hug her, and she hugs me so tight. And then I break down. I honestly started blubbering. You could imagine a big hairy man in a childcare centre with high vis on, dirty from work, just crying. And she said, "What's wrong?" "I can't pay anymore, honey. We've got to go." She said, "That's okay, Daddy. I just want you to smile. I just want you to be happy again." Imagine that. 2.5-year-old had to tell me how to live. So what I want you to take from this is to be committed to the now, committed to today, to create your future. Have your future, have your goals, have your dreams. They're always great, but commit to what's in front of you so you can be your best. And if you choose today to commit to today, your future will be better. If you don't, I might get my 2.5-year-old girl to tell you how it is. Thank you very much.